talking live at sold out MetLife Stadium, where today the 16-0 and playoff bound New York Giants are taking on the 0-16 Dallas Cowboys. Why the Dallas Cowgirls 0-16? Because they suck. They had a horrible draft and they suck. Welcome to the Gridiron. Anybody out there at all going to spend a little bit of time with me here this evening? I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Or if anybody spends any time watching the replay, this once again, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I'm going to try to go about 30 minutes tonight, shoot my mouth off for about 30 minutes. Anybody got anything to say, please feel free, fire away, throw it in the chat box. I try to check on the chat box like every 5 or 10 minutes or so. So if anything gets put in there, I try to respond to as fast as I can, So, I mean, it's also, instead of me like just rambling on for like 30 minutes or so, whatever, sometimes it's just nice to talk to another Giant fan out there. Right? So please feel free, fire away. All right. Before I get started, if anybody wants to help support my channel, in the description box below, is the top link in the description box below. It takes you to my Facebook, my membership page. Okay, I got 3 different membership levels. The first one's called the Saquon. Second membership level is called the Lawrence Taylor, and the third membership level I got is called the Gridiron. Each one has their own little perks to them. Right, so if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean the absolute world to me. And I thank you in advance. Thank you. If you are subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I can use all the support I can get, guys. If you're not, please go down below. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. And that way, next time I go live and put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. What do you got to lose, right? Plus, I said, if you are subscribed to my channel, I thank you so much. And once again, I can use all the support I can get. So thank you. And then finally, in the description box below, there's 2 additional links. They're Facebook links. Okay. The top one takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants of Gridiron. I say this in every video I do. My YouTube channel, Facebook group, Facebook page is all called the New York Giants of Gridiron. That way, even a moron like me, I can remember. I don't get, my group's called, the channel is called, what's the YouTube? It's all called the same thing, New York Giants of Gridiron. Okay, so go down there. What do we got? We have over 3,000 members. Okay, it was a little over a week ago. We hit the 3,000 member mark, so we're doing really good. All right, I try to put stuff in there every night, every day. Basically, once I'm done, all right, my dog's right next to me. Once I'm done with this video, I'm probably gonna spend like the next couple hours, especially with the draft and everything, and these undrafted free agents and all coming in, right? I mean, there's a ton of stuff to put up in the group and in the page, which I'm going to go over in a minute. But if you become a member of the group, not only do I put stuff in there, but members put stuff in there as well too. So there's every day, 7 days a week, there's a ton of stuff going in there. And I said, whether it's like a picture, a post, I just put something in here. Obviously, I shared this from somebody else. They shared this. I'm going to go over Bryce Ford Wheaton. I mean, holy crap. Pick that guy up as an undrafted free agent. Holy crap. I mean, cool. I mean, my God. Well, all right, we're going to go over him in a minute. But anyway, instead of getting too carried away with him. I showed a picture of our draft class, 7 picks we got. It might be a post. There's John Michael Schmitz. I got a picture of him between Dable and Shane holding up his jersey numbers, which apparently looks like it's going to be number 61. So there's all kinds of stuff going in here. Okay. Every day, pretty much every day, and I said, it's just not me. It's the members in there too. So if you go there and you become a member, you get a ton of New York Giants stuff every day. Now, and then secondly, the second link in the description box below, okay, takes you to my Facebook page. Okay, but it's a page. I'm the administrator. I'm the only one to post anything in there. But it's pretty much the same thing. What do we got in here? We have over 1,100 people who like the page, and we have over 4,500 people who are following it. Okay, but I said I'm the administrator. I'm the only one to post anything in here. Okay, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's the same thing. It's 7 days a week. I'm always putting stuff in here all the time. It's it's, and I don't basically like commingle them. So I don't mix them together. So basically whatever I put in the group, I don't put in the page. Whatever I put in the page, I don't put in the group. Okay. So yeah. So there's a ton of stuff. So if you go to the page and you like it and you follow it and you go to the group and you become a member, between the two you get a ton of New York Giants information every day. And like I say in every video, if you go in and you like them and you follow them and you become a member and all that stuff, if you're not satisfied, you get your money back guaranteed. All right, well, all that stuff said and done, my dog, this time he crawled up next to me. Usually I got to pull the chair away a lot, but this time he snuck underneath the chair, so I don't have to pull the chair away. But I'll tell you what, I mean, just the draft ain't over. I mean, it looks like there's we got 7 draft picks. Okay, now it looks like we have like up to possibly another 14 undrafted free agents. So the Giants are keeping busy. Okay. Some of them look like they've signed already. Okay. Others look like they're still going to be coming in. They may be pending a physical or something like that. But I mean, it just keeps on going. It just keeps on going. So we got some interesting guys. Finally, it looks like actually we got a quarterback coming in, which is cool. All right. We got another freaking fast wide receiver coming in, a tight end who signed with us. All kinds of stuff. Okay, one of the things, I'll tell you what. Come to think of it, I got back and look. One of them's a long snapper. Okay, but I mean, if I'm thinking, we got to go back and look. We'll go over this again. I don't think there was an offensive lineman in the whole. I mean, we got John Michael Schmitz. Okay, but other than that, as far as a guard or a tackle, or I don't think there's even in these undrafted free agents. I don't think we brought in. I mean, we got a ton. Okay, ton of guys. I don't think that there's one in this whole class. We got a long snapper, but I mean, if you bring somebody in who's a long snapper, he's not going to be your right tackle. All right, he's probably not even I mean, like 4th string left tackle, right tackle. I mean, he's pretty much like a long snapper. So, but let's see where. Okay, we start off. They brought in Ryan Jones. Okay, from East Carolina. Okay, he agrees to terms with the Giants. All right. He's agreed to an undrafted free agent deal with the Giants. Cool. Good. Cool. Jones is one of 5 players to sign an undrafted deal at the conclusion of the 2023 NFL draft, joining. There's some guys from other teams. But so that's good. Jones spent 2 seasons with the Pirates. The Pirates. At the end, after transferring in from Oklahoma. Now it's weird, okay, because the running back that we got, okay, Gray, right? He transferred. He went to Oklahoma, and Jones transferred out of Oklahoma. He was a second-team All-Conference pick in 2021. He combined for 78 receptions in his 2 seasons. Okay, 78 receptions. He had 9 touchdowns. Okay. But he's 6'3", 247 pounds. He's been on the NFL scouts radar since late last season. Okay. Got a native of North Carolina, let's say PFF. Now he has some, okay, played a little bit on special teams. Looks like last year for the Pirates. He had 43 special team snaps, but 40 of them were on punt coverage. Okay, so he does have some special team, capability there. Okay, let's see, but that's where we at here. Offense, according to PFF, nothing super spectacular. I mean, the 2 years he had at East Carolina, 2021, 2022. Overall offensive grade in 2021 was 66.1. Last year it dipped down a little bit. It was 58.6. His run blocking grade is not phenomenal. Okay. His passing grade isn't bad. I guess pass receiving, it isn't bad, but so once again, his run blocking is not the best. Okay, so once again, there's a reason why he wasn't drafted. Okay, but hey, you never know, right? You bring him in. You got some now we have, I think, 6 tight ends. Okay, we got 6. Yeah, we had 5, and we had 5, and then we have 6 tight ends. So, right. Only so many are going to make the team. Maybe if he winds up having a good camp or something, maybe he'll wind up maybe on the practice squad, but we'll see. Then they brought in, he definitely signed. Okay. Then they got other guys. Following players have been linked to the team either as those teams intend to sign or to try out. Keep in mind, nothing is official until the players undergo a physical and report. In past years, players have been linked to the team only to change their minds or suddenly not appear at the rookie camp. Okay. So there are reported signings. Jamon Green, cornerback. Okay. From Michigan, 6'2", 186 pounds. Nice height. 6'2", very good. 186 pounds, a little maybe on the thinner side, but okay, it says Green was considered to be the best coverage guy in the Michigan secondary at one point this past season. He has good athleticism, and his change of direction allows him to pattern match well. He has suffered through adversity his entire Michigan career, but finished the assignment, which speaks to his toughness and grit. Those qualities are also signs of a good special teams player. So it's it's pending a signing. So let's see here. Jamon Green did not hear his name called in the draft. Oftentimes this can be a blessing for some players as it allows them a chance to pick their landing spot and have a better chance at making the team in the fall, which is true. Because the Giants may not have obviously been the only one, to give him a call. Maybe he had 5 teams call him, and he's like, all right, I got the Giants, I got this team, I got this team, I got this team, and I got the Eagles. Well, the Eagles fucking suck, so I'm not going there. They're a pack of losers. All right, I want to go to winners. They just lost the Super Bowl. They were embarrassing in the Super Bowl. I think the Giants, they look like a class act organization, Plus also, they could probably use some help, okay, in the secondary. I think I might have a chance, So actually, come to think of it, it's like it might be a blessing for him, sometimes, because you figure instead of getting picked in the 7th round, right? Don't get picked in the 7th round. Go, go after the draft, and maybe you get to pick where you want to go. That's not bad. Green has been a starting cornerback for Michigan since his surprising rise in 2020. It's impressive, okay? Green was a special team star. Now, you'll notice there's a lot, okay, is that, with Hawkins, okay, some of the guys that they drafted yesterday, okay, special teams capabilities, okay? So a lot of these guys, if they don't make the, a lot of them, what they're going to do is battle it out to maybe make a team get depth, on the team, but also have the capability of special teams as well too. So, but you'll notice that, okay. Sometimes the special teams were a little embarrassing last year at times. Okay, we gave up some long returns. Okay, so Shane obviously noticed that. We had a hard time stopping the run. Shane noted, obviously, I'm not telling Shane anything, but I mean, he did something to step up and hopefully help that out. So you'll notice a lot of these guys that we're bringing in as special teams capabilities, even in Gray, right? The running back, guy from Oklahoma. I pointed out that Terrence was pointing out to me that he has returning capability. So once again, special guy. Same thing with Brightwell. Okay, when he wasn't drafted by Shane or Dable, but Brightwell was drafted. Okay, as a running back, but good on special teams. Okay, let's see here. Green was injured when he was assaulted after the Michigan State game in October. He wouldn't play against Rutgers, and his role was impacted for the rest of the season. Wow, I did not know that. he was injured when he was assaulted after the Michigan State game. Oh, my goodness. Like the team itself, Green was faced adversity throughout this time with Michigan. He never wavered, and rather than transfer, always stuck it out and finished his career one of the better defenders in the Harbaugh era. A Michigan man by Harbaugh's definition in every way. So that's saying something, okay? He's a 4-year letterman, right? 2019, 20, 21, and 22. Appeared in 42 games with 24 starts at quarterback. In one game, he played special teams only, okay? But what we got? All Big Ten selection. So, I mean, right? I mean, it's doesn't mean he's making the team and this, that, and the other thing. No, but some good quality depth, right? I mean, he's going to battle it out. Let them, let the best guys win, right? I mean, we can use all the help we can get. So you never know. You might find a diamond in the rough. Right, especially if he does good on special teams. I mean, special teams is freaking huge. What good is it? If you hold the team down and they punt and maybe you try to return the ball and you run it back 1 yard, or you're playing a field position game, you get a good punt off and the punt's down deep. All right, we're changing field position. Here we go, baby. They're catching it inside the 15. We're going to pin them down. Here we go. And they run it for 37 yards back. It's like, what good is that? How many times do we have bad returns, bad coverage on returns, actually? So special teams is huge, So, I mean, you'll notice, seemed like a lot of it was like last year, you'll notice the theme was to some extent of the drafted players, team captains. This year, it seems like also, some of the theme is, good tacklers, right? But also special teams players, right? So you'll start noticing that a little bit. But so, I mean, that's fantastic bringing him in. I mean, we brought Johnson in from Duke, right? He got injured last year. He was, I think, training for the draft. And he got, I don't remember exactly what it was, but he got injured, wiped himself out for the whole year pretty much. So, but the Giants signed him for 3 years. So we got him coming in. Excited to see what he's got to bring, right? We got Green here. We drafted 2 cornerbacks and a safety in the draft. Dying to see what those guys got, right? We got, we have Belton. We got a ton of guys. It's interesting to see who winds up sticking and who winds up going. As I said, don't be surprised if Darnay Holmes winds up leaving because the Giants are a little hurting on some money here. Okay, Shane mentioned, okay, he said that, in the press, he had a conference, him and Dable had a conference after the draft was over. And he said he has some things up his sleeve if things, if they need some money, which they really could. I don't know if they have enough money so much to sign the whole draft class. And we only got 7 guys. But, I mean, Banks is going to be some money, So he said he has some things up his sleeve. But, if we need to save some money, I said there's guys we can cut like Lemieux. I said Darnay Holmes. If we let Darnay Holmes go, it would save almost like $2.75 million if we let him go. Okay. So, I mean, we got some guys we could let go. So it'd be interesting to see who comes and who goes. But the one thing I like, just because, for the most part, if you're drafted by Judge or whoever, however you got here, best guy's going to play. So it seemed to hold true last year. Okay. So we'll see. But then they got, let's see here. So, all right. So we got Green. I'm excited about seeing him in there. Okay. Then we got Deontay Johnson. Okay. Linebacker from Toledo. Okay. Where are we at here? There he is. I got about 3,000, once again, about 3,000 tabs opened up. Okay. Now he's a 5-year, he played at Toledo for 5 years. Okay. I mean, at Toledo, okay. I mean, according to PFF, he has some very decent grades. I mean, this past season, he graded out a 70.8. His run defense is a 76. His tackling was a 70.5. His pass rush was an 81.5. A little weak in coverage. Okay. But I mean, he's had some decent in 2020, right? I mean, his run defense was an 85.6. His tackling was an 87.3. It looks like his tackling and his run defense really seem to be pretty good. Okay, but once again, we're talking Toledo. Okay, we're not talking, let's see. Oh my goodness, he played this past season. Well, let's see, he went against San Diego State, Central Michigan, Northern Illinois, Kent State, Buffalo, Eastern Michigan, Ball State, Bowling Green, Western Michigan, Ohio, Liberty, UMass, and I don't even know who the hell that is. I don't know if that's Long Island University. Shar? I got to check that one out. I'm not even sure. But his worst grade, okay, he had some good grades, but his worst grade was in week 3 when they played Ohio State, okay? He graded out a 45.8. That was his worst grade all season, okay? So he did good against weaker competition, all right? But once again, if he was phenomenal, okay, chances are he'd been drafted in the first few rounds. All right. So you always got to keep all this stuff in mind. Okay. Let me see. That's defense. Let me just check him out. Special teams. What do we got here? I didn't check him out. Oh yeah. Look at this crap here. Yeah. Okay. All right. This past season, 173 special team snaps. Okay. Punt coverage, punt return, field goal block. Okay. So he graded out a 63.9 overall. Okay. But once again, special teams player. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, 5-year starter. Toledo, obviously. This past season, 109 total tackles in combined, 8 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. Okay. He's not phenomenal in coverage. Okay. As a linebacker, he's in 5 seasons at Toledo. Okay. He's had 1 interception. Okay. In 5 seasons at Toledo, he's had 8 passes defensed, 3 fumble recoveries. Okay. What do we got? He's had 6 sacks. Okay. But he seems like, more of a tackling machine, kind of like maybe in the box, kind of tackling, So, but as I said, once again, bring him in. Let's see what they got. Right. Once again, special teams player. Then we got Troy Brown. Once again, another linebacker from Ole Miss, but he's 6'1", 220. Not much of a line. You can see maybe more of a possible safety kind of guy, Troy Brown, linebacker, Ole Miss, a former 3-time first-team All-MAC selection at Central Michigan. Brown started 30 games for the Chippewas before he moved to Ole Miss to play his final season. He tallied 93 tackles and 5 pass breakups for the Rebels of Ole Miss, okay? Brown has a nose for the ball and knows how to sift through traffic and get to the ball carrier. Okay. So, all right. There we go. As I said, okay, Troy Brown. Now here. All right. What do we got here? Troy Brown. As I said, 6'1", 220. Okay. So, where are we at here? Brown shows good quickness off the line of scrimmage and flashes the violent hands to win around the edge. He has an excellent feel for working off blockers and knowing how to and where to counter as the play goes on. But the thing is with him, the 220, if he's in the box, one of these guards or somebody latches onto him that weighs 100 pounds more than him. It's good night, Irene. He's an instinctive and active chase tackler. He's a will linebacker. The 4-3, he's the weak side linebacker with the speed to go sideline to sideline. Okay, he takes excellent angles. He has also an innate sense for shooting gaps as a run defender, which is special. Because you shoot a gap and you guess wrong, guess what? Woo, hey, there goes the runner. There he goes. I blew that one. So if you have a knack for shooting a gap and being right, that's pretty special. Okay. He has a compact build, but Brown is crafty edge player who's very good against the run. He sets the edge, but if we're talking 220, I don't know, what we got? 220. I don't know about what kind of edge he's going to be setting in the NFL. Good luck there. Setting an edge against a tackle or even a tight end. Tight ends outweigh him by like 30 pounds or so. We got 82 play. Oh, yeah. Sign 7. Yeah. Oh, one is not. Yeah, one is a tackle. Okay, because I'm like, it just kind of dawned on me. I'm like, because I said we're bringing in a long snapper. I'm like, damn, we're not bringing any guards or tackle. I mean, we got a ton of them. We got a ton, But that's the thing. We're trying to get our 90 man roster. So I guess we're trying to, and then we'll have like the rookie mini camps coming up and everything like that. So we're trying to get the 90 man roster. So I guess that's why we're bringing all these guys in. But it's good to see we're just filling this roster out. It's really good, really, really good. But I said once again, guys, once again, good tackler, could be good, maybe somebody good on special teams. I'm not sure what, where, if he's on the outside, if they're talking about setting an edge and he's only 220, I'm not sure that's working in the NFL. If you put him in the box, if he's a weak side linebacker, okay, and maybe, he can be free. He doesn't have a tight end or something trying to block him. If maybe, you got to keep him away from a tackle. I mean, you got somebody 220 pounds trying to, you got a good tackle who weighs 100 pounds more than him. But it looks like, certainly doesn't mean he's especially just going to be designed just to be a linebacker. Maybe they have something in mind for him. They brought him in for a reason, right? Once again, good tackler. Once again, special teams. Okay, very important. As I said, once again, if he was that super spectacular, I hope he is. I hope he's a diamond in the rough. I hope he's a Hall of Famer. But chances are, if he's undrafted, there's a good chance, he may not make the team. But let's bring him in. I'm all for it, obviously. So once again, good tackler. Let's bring him in, see what he's got. Then they brought in, then we got Tommy DeVito from Illinois, okay, which is good because now hopefully we'll have our third quarterback if he's to make the team at all. 6'2", nothing super spectacular, right? Very good throwing mechanics and arm strength. It shows that he can consistently drive the ball to the opposite hash, okay? They will be able to make those throws in the pros good on timing routes as the ball comes out quickly and the placement is generally good. This isn't a negative when I say this, but DeVito is a solid game manager who protects the ball, the drive, and the series to keeps the offense on pace, which that could sound negative. I get that, but let's see here. But he's got some impressive stats here. DeVito was an All Big Ten honorable mention. Okay, he considers the quarterbacks they got in the Big Ten. Okay, if he's an honorable mention, okay, right? If he was an All Big Ten, if he was an All American, guess what? He's not an undrafted free agent. Somebody would be drafting him earlier on, right? So, he started all 13 games while throwing for 2,650 yards, 15 touchdowns. But he did set a program record with 69.6% completion percentage, okay, which was fourth in the nation. Not bad. Okay, and best in the Big Ten. All right. They had some good quarterbacks in the Big Ten last time I checked. So, once again, I'm not saying this guy's Tom Brady, right, or Joe Montana or nothing like, I'm not saying that, right, but, there's some nice things to be said about him, okay? DeVito was seventh in the Big Ten in passing yards, okay? He also ran for 6 touchdowns. According to Tom Pelissero, he signed a deal includes a $10,000 signing bonus and a $10,000 base salary guarantee, okay? So, see, he was at Syracuse. He passed for 3,866 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions over 4 seasons. He started in 11 out of 12 games in 2019, completing 63% of his passes. Okay, in 2020, he suffered a season-ending injury after starting the first 4 games and then played in 3 games in 2021 with Syracuse, turning to they turned to another quarterback. That's why. So I guess that's why he transferred out of that maybe and went to Illinois. So, as I said, bring him in, right? With Davis Webb going, we need another quarterback. You just can't roll the season with Tyrod Taylor and Daniel Jones. Those are two injuries walking, two injured men. You got to have somebody else in there. Plus, I mean, also you want to have somebody in there in case you don't re-sign Tyrod, right? Bring him back, okay? Not bring him back. Bring him in, right? Yeah, maybe try to develop him as best you can. Maybe he stays. Maybe he sticks. You have to wait and see. But it doesn't cost him hardly anything, right? But now the guy, I'm really freaking juiced up. Jeez, I mean. I tell you what, I'm surprised this guy never even got drafted. Bryce Ford Wheaton from West Virginia, 6'3". Okay, nice size. 224, nice size. Okay, Ford Wheaton has a flair for the dramatic acrobatic catch. He will do what he can to haul in the reception. He does a really good job of helping out his quarterback in that regard. He has good overall athleticism, and he can get his body into various positions to make the catch. Tough as nails too. He's not afraid to take a shot for a reception. That's freaking huge. He has that dog mentality. You want that at the position. Yes, you do. Oh, yeah. The effort will be there. He has some suddenness to his game where if he wins off the release, he can hit the accelerator and blow past the defender. All right. There we go. It pops up. Okay. Now he's got some weaknesses to his game, but he proved at the combine that he was the best athlete, okay, in the wide receiver group. Okay, here they got him at 6'4". So he's either 6'3" or 6'4". And however you look at it, 6'3" or 6'4", nice size. Okay. And they have him here at weighing 221 pounds. Once again, nice size. He ran a 4.3840, 41-inch vertical, 129-inch broad jump. Rather impressive. What is that? 10'9", I mean, that's fantastic. Very similar measurables to Seahawks star DK Metcalf. Okay. He's impressive blocker. Not expected given he was almost tight end built like, right? No, not unexpected. Okay. But he's a good blocker. So dude, I mean, my God. We got Jalen Hyatt. We got this freaking guy. Holy cow. Phew. All right. He's also catch and run threat, a creative runner who has some vision in the open field. He'll be an option to return kicks as well. Once again, special teams. Okay. He has reliable hands and shows the willingness to make catches in traffic over the middle. A savvy natural pass catcher with reliable hands after good focus. Snatches the ball out of the air and shows the concentration to make acrobatic catches look easy. Okay. I mean, he does have some, according to NFL draft buzz, he's got, of course, everybody's got some weaknesses, but it says here, while he has elite speed, his acceleration is average, and he seems to play slower than his 40 time. Okay. Given his athletic profile, he's underperformed in college and has put up just 300+ yard games, which you would kind of figure that somebody with that kind of speed, height, athleticism, and all would, just by accident have more than just 300-yard games. Okay. Rounds his routes. Okay. And is a limited route tree. Okay. So, I mean, that's something you can work on. Just because you round your route out, doesn't mean you can't work on it and become better at it. Let's see, another thing. He's almost exclusively on the left side of the formation. Okay. So they say he might struggle to adjust to a multi-dimensional role in the pros, which is something that, the Giants, on any given play, Daniel Jones, they're walking up to the line of scrimmage on any given play, you can have 2 or 3 different options as far as routes to run, okay, depending upon what the defense is giving you. Okay. So, you might have to, he might be somebody that might wind up maybe fall into the practice squad, okay, until he develops maybe, he can get his route tree better, run the routes better, maybe pick up the offense a little bit better, right? And it may be somebody he might somewhere along the line, come up and be able to perform. I mean, who knows? I mean, we'll see. I mean, they drafted him for a reason, but I mean, once again, a tall guy with some speed. I was shocked. I was kind of interested to see where he was going to wind up going. Because you're always checking out the wide receivers and all that and everything. And you just look at the guy, you just look at him. It's like 4.38. It's like, damn. Then you're like 6'3". It's like, damn, or 6'3", 6'4". It's like, And he's like 220. It's like, because sometimes you get in the 4.3s. I mean, the reason why you run in 4.3s is because 170, 180 pounds, maybe 5'10", 5. But obviously, of course, if you're taller, you got the longer stride and all and everything. But if you start putting on too much weight, that could slow you down as well too. So I mean, somebody's almost 225 pounds or so. 4.38. I mean, do you realize that we got like with Slayton? I think Slayton ran under a 4.4. I think we got Bryce Wheaton is 4.38. Hyatt, I think it was a 4.4. Hyatt was. I mean, we got some fast guys. Paris Campbell. We got some fast guys out there. Right? We got some fast guys. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, man. I mean, no, we don't have A.J. Brown and DeVonta Smith or, Waddle and Tyreek Hill or, Higgins and Jamar Chase. We don't got the 1-2 Batman and Robin dynamic, but, we got some, you start looking, you go tight end, slot, outside. It's like, we got some guys there. I mean, I said there's nobody there going to make $35 million a year, but, it's like, geez, we got some options, I mean, if, knock on wood, if they can stay healthy, please, right? If they can stay healthy, right? With Dable, and Kafka with their mind, right? We got some options there. And it's a nice thing is with those guys, what can my guys do? Okay, my guy's fast and take the top off. Okay, so I'm not going to have them run button hooks, or whatever, 5 and outs. Right? I mean, they're gonna. What do they do good? Okay, well, that's what we're gonna. They don't take a square peg and try to shove it in a round hole, right? So, be interesting to see what they come up with. But I mean, man, you start freaking thinking. I mean, Sterling Shepard may not even make the team, but I mean, you're thinking Jamison Crowder, right? I mean, Paris Campbell. Wan'Dale Robinson coming back. Then we got Sterling Shepard, but I mean, then you start thinking on the outside, right? We got Wheaton, right? We got Jalen Hyatt, we got Colin Johnson coming back. We got Slayton, we got some good wide receivers. Not bad at all. So then you figure our number one target threat would probably be Waller, right? And don't forget about Bellinger. Bellinger did decent, and he did decent, and he was the main tight end target, and he did decently, right? I mean, imagine if he's out there on the field and they're spending more time worrying about Waller, right? And then then if they have to worry about Waller, and then let's hope they can get something done with Saquon, right? And if they have to worry about Saquon, that's pretty good. It's a process, what I mean, but. If you take what we got this year and you look back a year ago and you look back what we had last year and you look about what we got now, it's like, wow, all right, I said, I'm not saying we got a top 5 receiving core or not like that, but it's like, if you look back what we had last year compared to this year, it's like, all right, we got better, right? And I don't think we're not kicking in the Super Bowl door this year. It's a process. Let's have another good season. Get next year, get another good draft, right? Maybe another free agent or so in here or there, right? I think after next season, I think we might be ready to start doing some damage. We're going to certainly start closing the gap between us and the Cowboys and Eagles, I think, without question, right? But what we got here? Then so we got Bryce Ford. Man, I'm excited to see him. Man. Okay, then we got Habakkuk, I believe it is Baldonado, defensive end from Pittsburgh. Okay, 6'5", 260. Okay, he's very good in the run game. Okay, he can maintain the line of scrimmage, set an edge to close the door on the outside run and play both the run toward and away from him. It gives you good length up front, 6'5", very good. It helps him stay active, okay, at the point of attack. If the ball isn't coming his way or if he can't get to the quarterback, his hands stay up in the air trying to get the knockdown. Gives maximum effort on each play. Okay. Very, very good. Overview. Let's see. Strengths. Comes off the snap with hip explosion. This is from NFL.com. Does his part to challenge the pulling block and spill the runner wide. Lateral quickness with ability to get skinny. Okay. He glides around the interior with basketball player-like footwork. Nice. Knocks tackle off balance and works back inside to the quarterback. Has a hop and chop edge move in his bag. All right. Athleticism creates rush opportunities in gaming fronts. All right. He has the size and traits for the position, but needs a motor that runs hotter to become a rotational player in the pros. What they got? They got him at the 6th or 7th round pick. They got him at his prospect grade as a 5.8. And I think anything 5.8 traits of a talent to be above average, this is NFL. He has to be above average backup. That's what they got. His weakness is he needs to play with better pad level to improve his leg drive. And it's kind of tough because when you're 6'5", it's tough to get down low sometimes when you're that tall. Sometimes he's too content to rush over the top of the pocket, slow transitioning from a run defender to a rusher. Speed to top of the rush is slightly below average. Plays with average motor when the ball is run away from him. So, but, hey, bring him in. And once again, 6'5". He's got some nice length to him. So let's see let's bring him in. Let's see what he's got. Right. There was Baldonado. Then we got the long snapper, Cameron Lyons, the long snapper from Charlotte. Okay. He was a long snapper at Akron before transferring to Charlotte for his final 2 seasons. Okay. He became a 2-time honorable mention all-conference performer. He's only 6 foot tall. He's a little short to be considered among the premium long snappers in the league, but he has executed well for 5 seasons. So he's only 6 foot tall. So then the other guys reported for that as of right now, they're reported for tryouts. Okay, you got the safety Alex Cook from Washington, 6'1", 196 pounds. Once again, we're trying to get some more depth in the secondary, more competition. Okay. We got Orion Vance, a linebacker from Iowa State. Okay, he's supposed to be coming in for a tryout. It looks like here, 6'2", 260 pounds. He was a 4-year starter at Iowa State. He is a heart and hustle linebacker who has a tireless motor. That's great. He was able to hold off more physically gifted players at the position over his time with the Cyclones. He could definitely be a special team staple for a player. There you go, Terrence. You're talking Khalil Keith, the offensive lineman from Baylor. Yeah, it says here, moves like a tight end out there on the field. I'd be interested to see what he runs in the 40-yard dash because he's got some quicks. That initial burst off the ball helps him get position and an angle on defenders in the run game. When he's able to fire off the ball downhill, he's able to make something happen in the run game. He has the versatility to play guard or tackle as a pro. Could even be a solid swing offensive line option as well. But he's got the size, 6'5". Nice size. Be a guard or a tackle. 314 pounds if need be. You can certainly add a little bit of weight on there if need be. But once again, bring him in, right? You never know what's going to happen. Then we got another guy, looks like Garrett, I guess Mogg from North Dakota, 6'4", okay? Wide receiver. He's an underrated acceleration with the ball in his hands. He has that tall speed, as we like to say. He can really pick him up and put him down as a red zone option. He's really solid because he can play the physical game and does a really consistent job of winning quickly on his route to get open. He could develop into a core special teams candidate. Once again, special teamer, right? Especially on coverage unit, all right? Then we got another wide receiver, Carlos Carrier, believe it. That's how you say it. It's from Central Michigan, 6'5". Sam. We have a bunch of shorter guys. You'll notice all the guys we're bringing in are over 6 foot tall, wide receivers. This guy's 6'5" from Central Michigan. He has good overall athleticism. Can resemble Stretch Armstrong at times with the catch radius he has, 6'5". Okay, does a good job with his releases off the line of scrimmage. Very quick twitch for such a tall receiver. Shows an understanding of how to operate versus zone coverage. Has good acceleration to slip down the seam or on a takeoff route where he gets an inside release. Solid hands to make catches at any level on the field. Good. And a strong tropical bowl week. Has good developmental upside. So once again, if it shows some good upside to him, okay, if worse comes to worse, you might want to put him on a practice squad, maybe, and we'll see what happens. Now, of course, then we got then there's Kenmore Gamble, another tight end we brought in, 6'4", 236, okay, from Central Florida. Okay, we got Ryan Jones signed, okay, but it looks like Kenmore Gamble is coming in, I guess, for at least for a tryout. I mean, this is updating. This is from at least a few hours ago, anyway. But Kenmore Gamble, the tight end from Central Florida, a very good receiver who could develop into a legitimate, solid, big slot option for a team. Okay. But once again, 6'4". Ryan Jones, we signed a tight end from Eastern Carolina, 6'3". All these guys we're bringing in over 6 foot tall, well over 6 foot tall. Okay. Yeah, this guy, Kenmore Gamble, is soft hands, able to catch any type of pass thrown his way. Shows a willingness to lay out for receptions as well. Gives a good effort in the passing game. Good quickness and agility to make one miss in the open field. So, I mean, we're bringing in all kinds of guys. It's really, really nice to see. All kinds of guys we're bringing in. So, as I said, as what you were saying, Terrence, is, we got to fill out the 90-man roster. But it looks like, I mean, oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. I mean, if you look at the offensive line, we got a ton of guys, right? You look at the tight ends. Holy crap. What do we got? Like 7, I think, now with these 2 guys here, possibly. Might be up to 7 guys. You look at the wide receivers. Holy crap. We got slots. We got outside guys. We got everything. Whatever you want, we got, right? We only have 2 quarterbacks. So we put the one guy in here. Hopefully he winds up sticking, right? We had 3 running backs. Then we just Sean Corbin, and then we obviously we got Gray, so we got at least 5 running backs. Once again, we got a ton of guys there. Brought in some guys on the defensive line. We brought in, we got cornerbacks, we got safeties, we got inside linebackers. Brought a few inside linebackers in. Right, obviously we got. Let's not forget about Darian Beavers. I can't wait to see that freaking guy back. Hopefully he can stay healthy, because I mean he could be, he could be maybe inside linebacker number 2. Lots of competition. That's what you want. Keep the competition going each year. Hopefully, as I said, add a few more pieces to the puzzle, right? As I said, I want us to be kicking the crap out of the Eagles this year, but man, if we can beat them one time, right? That's a step in the right direction. Or at least. You can't go 0-4 against the Cowboys. You can't. You got to beat one of them. I mean, the thing that pissed you off is both times against the Cowboys, we had the lead. What the hell was it? Was it 13-10 we were beating them at home? Saquon ran that in from 30, 35 yards out. I think we were up 13-10 or 13-6 or something like that, whatever it was. And it was like, all right, here we go, baby. Second half. The crowd's freaking going crazy. Saquon's freaking out. Everybody's going crazy. And then we give up a couple scores to the Cowboys. And it's like, what the just happened? And then, of course, we were beating them on Thanksgiving Day, right? And like, oh, what? Maybe we got a little something going here. And then, of course, Cowboys scored, 13 touchdowns in a row in the second half. And it's like, oh, yeah, here we go. Maybe what we got to do is put our 13-string players in against the Eagles, because when we had the 37-string players in there, that's when they played good against the Eagles. Maybe that's what we got to do against them, because when we had our starters in there, we lost by about 8,000 points. So maybe that's something, right? But you can't go 0-4 against the Cowboys and Eagles. You can't. I'm not saying you got to go 3-1. I would like that, but you can't. You got to win one game. You have to, you know what I mean? And you can't. What were we 1-4-1 in the division? I mean, how do you expect to go to a Super Bowl if you can't beat anybody in the division, right? I mean, if you look at it, I mean, we could have lost to the. I mean, our offense was really bad against the Commanders both games. I mean, Kayvon scored the 1 touchdown in the one game in Washington, the scoop and score, right? The one we won, right? So that wasn't an offensive play; that was a defensive play. And then let's not forget, was it Holmes? Who was the one the last play of the game? Well, one of the last plays of the game, playing the throw in the end zone. It was Holmes. It was like all over the guy. It should have been pass interference. Didn't call it. Okay, cool. But I mean, that was pass interference. So And then, I mean, we did not play extremely well either when we played Washington the first time either. I mean, Washington could have won that game too. Thankfully, we could have won it too. I mean, it had that long field goal try at the end, but I mean, that one could have gone either way, but we could have lost that one too. I mean, but you can't go 0-4 against the Cowboys and Eagles. You can't. You got to beat them. I mean, you have to. Man, 3 wins would really be nice if we could win. I'm saying if we could beat the Commanders twice and then Cowboys once, and then if we lose to the Eagles, don't lose to them by 75 points. I mean, hey, it was 27-20. They got a hell of a lineup. I mean, we lost 30-23 and we lost 27-24. Well, okay, we're closing the gap. All right, okay. You tip your cap to them. They got a hell of a team. Phenomenal team. Okay. The whole freaking lineup. Phenomenal. Right. So let's close the gap. If we lose, let's close. Let's not lose 38-7. Okay. What was the other score? Was it 48-21, 48-20? I mean, oh my God. Whew. But if we can stop the run, I think that was huge. But I think we're between Robinson, Nunez, Roches, or Taco, and Okereke in the middle. I think that's really going to help beef up the run game, a lot, the run defense a lot. So that'll certainly help. And now we got some cornerbacks on the outside who can maybe line up against Brown and DeVonta Smith. Right. So I think we're going to certainly close in the gap. Right. So I think we're doing really, really doing good. It's going once again going to be a really, really good season. I think we got to stay healthy, got to get a little bit of luck, but looking forward to it. Well, guys, it's been 51 minutes of shooting my mouth off. Terrence, once again, thank you, brother. Nice to talk to somebody. So if anybody spends any time along with Terrence watching me right now, thank you. If anybody spends any time at all watching the replay this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I greatly appreciate it. I can use all the help I can get, guys. And as always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.